welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat on Michigan Business Network. Jeffrey Mosher sitting in for Chris Holman on the road, well, recording remotely as we all are tended to do so these days. And this time around, I am reaching out over the video lines of Zoom to Grand Rapids. And we have Birgit Klohs, President and CEO of The Right Place, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Birgit, welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat.
Thank you very much. Good morning, and I'm glad to be here again.
Tremendous. So, background, you joined The Right Place in 1987 as president and CEO and quickly established the Grand Rapids-based organization as a premier economic development entity in Western Michigan. And now, at 3 1/3 decades later, you've got some big news. Can you share that with the Michigan business community?
Sure. It is big news. I've announced my retirement after 33 years, effective next January from The Right Place after a fabulous, many years in the state, in the region, and but I also felt it was time for the next generation to have time to continue to grow the organization and the region. So yes, it was a very difficult decision, but I'm at peace with it. But it was not easy.
Indeed. And from there, so this will be a national search that begins how soon?
Well, the board is establishing a search committee as we speak. They are retaining Korn Ferry as our national search consultant. And so they will be casting a wide net to find my successor. And the process will be a search committee. Obviously, the Korn Ferry will reach out to other community leaders to get their input on what they think this position should be, what do we need next, they would like. That's why I basically gave 6 months, and the process should take about 4 or 5 months, and then I will be happy to introduce my successor to the community and make sure that it's a smooth transition, which obviously, since this is my organization for so many years, that I make sure that really, really goes well. So.
And with your organization, they've certainly been busy during this COVID-19 era, launching a West Michigan PPE supplier directory. We'll start there. How did that involve the community, and how did the Right Place?
Yes, when the pandemic started back in March, we pivoted literally on the day we went working remotely, and I have a fabulous staff who haven't lost a beat in these 5 months that we're all working from home. And because we have such a good relationship with our manufacturing base, and this is such a strong manufacturing center, we were able to very quickly identify a number of companies in the region that are making PPE, that started to make hand sanitizers, that make shields, that make masks. We worked with an organization on the east side of the state that taught a number of companies here how to sew gowns. So we did sewing lessons online, if you can believe it. And we now have 3 companies that are making gowns. And we have stood up a very robust PPE directory with over 90 companies where you can source your PPE as to really help our companies, large and small, and to go back to work safely and to get our economy back on track. We also have a website that we stood up for our regional partners that includes us and Experience Grand Rapids and DGRI and others in the chambers, to make sure that our small businesses who do not have all the resources, that they know where to go when a new executive order comes out or some changes are being made to the old executive orders. So they have one place to go to find all that information. So, and we're starting to also start going back to making retention visits virtually, to make sure that our companies, as they're opening up, have the assistance that they need. And yeah, we doubled down on a lot of the work. And the other thing, of course, we've done back in March and April, we received $1 million grant, as I'm sure you know, from the MEDC
Yes.
for small businesses. We made we cover 11 counties with that grant, and we made 195 grants back then. And then, of course, the legislature took that model here about a month ago and took the same 15 economic development organizations, said, we have $100 million. And by the way, you're all going to do this again. And so Right Place received a little more than $9.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in the applications are again for all 11 counties. And it's a maximum grant of $20,000. And we, the MEDC this time took the applications. The application deadline was last week, but we got over 3,000 applications. So we are, in those 11 counties, are currently wading through with committees that know their communities well through all of those applications so that, you know, we can push out these grants as quickly as possible to help our small businesses continue to get through these difficult times.
Perfect. That sums it up quite well. Yes, the Right Place was distributing funds for MEDC's Small Business Restart Program and providing COVID-related communications and news updated via the website covidwm.org, and now looking to get back on those business assistance and connections. Well, Birgit, we thank you so much for spending some time today with the Michigan Business Beat.
Always my pleasure. Thanks for asking. Take good care.
Tremendous. And we'll get you connected with Chris for another one shortly.
Sounds good. All righty. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
once again, Birgit Klohs is been our guest. She is the president and CEO of the Right Place, Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we'll be back with more on the Michigan Business Beat on Michigan Business Network.